and welcome to Piano School Publishing Video Tutorials. This is page 10 and 11 of the Preparatory level book. Okay, this is our first song, so it's Farmer in the Dell. It's pretty simple, but there's some important things we need to do properly. First of all, if we have a look on page 10, you can see there's three different diagrams here. So the first one up here shows us what our note looks like, which is C. So the first note we are going to play is C, and that is C there. You can see it's a note, it's a black note with a stem, and then it's got what we call a ledger line going through. You don't need to know any of that right now. That's something that will be coming later. Over here it shows us a diagram of our hand, and you can see that our thumb is connected to the C, so we're going to be playing C with our thumb. And down here there's just a diagram of the keyboard and showing you where to find C. So remember, we learned in the previous lessons that you always look for a group of two, and on the left hand side is the white note. That is going to be the note C. Okay, now we want to play the C that's roughly in the middle of the piano, and this note's called middle C for some obvious reasons and some other reasons that we'll learn a bit later. So just roughly, when you look at your piano, often you'll find there's a brand name. There isn't on this one, but if you look roughly in the middle and you look for a group of two black notes, and you'll see C on the left hand side, the white note of the left hand side of the two black keys is you see there. Okay, so over here, I'll just fold this over for a second. Here's our first song, Farmer in the Dell. Now it's quite simple. We're going to learn about this stuff later, so don't particularly worry about it at the moment. But we have a C, we have another C, and another C, and then we have this sign here called a rest. So rest just means silence. So the song is going to go C, 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 rest. Now we're going to repeat this song 8 times when we practice it with the CD. Remember, we spoke about in the previous video that we have to do point, play and say. So I'm going to demonstrate to you that now. So we place our thumb on middle C, and then just one finger on each note along the keys there. And my right hand's going to be playing down here. My left hand is going to be pointing to the notes over here. So I'm going to move this across. Normally you would be sitting a lot more straighter than I am at the moment, but just for demonstration purposes, I'll leave the angle that I'm in. So we point to the note and we play the note at the same time. So we're going to go C, 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 rest. C, 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 rest. C, 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 rest. C, 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 rest. You can see I played it at a nice even tempo, and as soon as I finished I came back and started again, and I did that 4 times in a row just to give you an idea of the rough tempo or the speed of the piece. You would have noticed that I was pointing to the note with my left hand, I was playing the C with my right hand, and then I was saying the note name. So those 3 activities. Now you might like to start off with just doing playing first. Get comfortable with that. Then you might introduce the pointing, and then finally introduce the saying over the top of that. You don't have to do it all at once, okay? Now, once you've mastered that, then the final step is adding the CD backing. Now, with all the CD accompaniments in the Piano School course, you will hear an introduction of a guy counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start. Okay, so I'm going to show you that now, and I'll play through the piece and give you an idea of how it sounds. Okay, here we go.
1.
So hand in position, 3, pointing, ready 4, to say. 1. Thumb on C. 2, ready, go. C, 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 rest. 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 Excellent. So all the accompaniments have an ending. I usually just stop it at the end there. So you can see that was a pretty good performance, I must say myself, and that would get it completed. So if you're a student learning, that's your goal, is to get those, get that played through 8 times, pointing correctly, saying the letter names, make sure you say the rest, and also then sitting up nice and straight, correct hand position, and then finally with the CD backing. So good luck with that, and we'll hopefully move on to the next activity. Thank you.